What's up, Sagittarius? It's your girl Kelly coming straight at you for the Queen Tarot Bee in Boston. So this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Mars, Venus. If it is not your story this month, then don't make it fit. I always tell people, don't take the pieces of the puzzle and try to jam them in where they don't fit. So if this has nothing to do with you, it has nothing to do with you. Just know you should be looking at your moon sign or your rising sign. Cross watchers, welcome. You're always welcome here. Just know that I do read energy vice versa at times. So if it comes in vice versa, feel free to leave a comment and say, hey, this is what Sagittarius did to me. And leave your story. I do frequently interact with subscribers here, and I do answer as many comments as I can without driving myself insane and putting myself behind on other things. Oh, I just opened my schedule back up. I'm finally at the very ass end of pneumonia. And I'm 28 weeks pregnant and big and huge and all that good uncomfortable stuff. But I did just reopen my schedule. So if you would like a personal reading, the information is in the box below. Moving on. Okay, the main theme of this, I felt like when I was meditating, was something didn't go right, and I feel like it was in regards to a relationship. And it's not going right because, Sag, you're holding on too tight. You're holding on way too tight to things you should be letting go of. You're not allowing trust and love and honesty to come into your life. And it's from past betrayals, from people in your past, it looks like. And so it's like you're almost terrified to let go because of everybody. Let me put it this way. It's like that old blanket you had when you were a kid, right? And that blanket was your safety spot. It was your safety. And it's the same idea with this. Letting go means that you are jumping into the abyss of the unknown and taking a chance. And that can be scary. But it also means new opportunities and new ways to build your life and move forward from your past trauma. And so the significance of this is that the first card out for this is your Four of Pentacles, where I've always viewed this as really not exploring options, but holding on too tightly to what you have. And it's kind of like hiding off in a corner with all your belongings so nobody takes them. Because if you look in the background, she has this beautiful castle, the keys on her lap. She's sitting on top of all of her items, and as well as guarding her pentacles, really close to her chest. And that tells me you guys are kind of guarding yourselves a little bit too closely. It's like you're ready to cut out everyone and anything. Even if it's good, it's bad. It's like you're not even taking the time to make a logical decision before you start chopping. You're just swinging your sword around, and you're cutting out things that could potentially be good for you. Just don't mind my crazy husband in the background. We just put our first crib together.
Tell them about your high chair.
I'm a little too big to fit in the high chair this time.
You're not. 5 foot nothing.
Yeah, I'm 5 foot nothing, but I'm also about 5'3" sideways right now. Anyway, and it looks like you could potentially be losing something very good in your life because you're holding on so tight, and you don't want to let go of that security blanket because it's what you know, it's what you're comfortable with. Trauma becomes something that you become comfortable with. It becomes something that's part of your personality, and you make decisions based on that hurt inner child that you have. And so with that being said, you're hanging on way too tight, and you've got this Queen of Swords and this Hermit here, and you're inside your little self, and you're swinging the sword, and you're swinging it, anything that could potentially come into your life. Doesn't matter if it's good, if it's bad, anything that comes near that trauma and you having to let go of it is what you're swinging at. It's like you're just not ready to let go of that insane trauma that's hurt you. But it's time, and that's what the divine are telling me. It's time for you to let go. There's a reason why they brought you into hermit mode. It's supposed to cut out the things you don't need, not cut out the things you do. And with this, it's telling me there's a refusal to change here. There's a refusal to come forward. It's like you're in a stuck pattern going forward. You're just not moving forward with this. It's just, you've got the death card here in reverse. I don't see this as something that's moving into your past. I see this as something that still needs to happen. You still need to figure out how to put an end to the trauma that's been leading you to make the decisions you're making. Now, we've got the King of Pentacles here, and the King of Pentacles in reverse doesn't make good decisions, monetarily, financially, and this may be one of those patterns that needs to go, and they're letting you know. But you've also got the Hanged Man here with this. So you've got the Hanged Man all around this particular card spread that I pulled. And it's letting you know, like, you need to let go of these bad patterns. You need to let go of these bad habits. You need to let go of holding on too tightly to who you are. And with the Hierophant, it's saying you're letting go of potentially good suitors or a good suitor. You're letting go of things that are even good for you, things that are healthy, things that can bring you forward and into the future from that trauma. Because you're afraid to let go of that safety blanket. You're afraid to let go of those possessions because you feel like your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul are all that you have. And you don't want to give that up, which is understandable. But if you stay like that for the rest of your life, you're going to be really stuck. And it's showing me here, you're just making small, ingenuine offers. The page means well, but the page can't always follow through with orders or gets distracted because they're young and they're impressionable. So you're making decisions from the standpoint of a page, of a child. And this tells me there's probably some inner child things going on there keeping you from moving forward. And instead of facing them, you guys are just pushing away anything that could potentially force you to face that inner trauma. And for you, you think this is a victory. You feel as though this is victorious for you because you're able to still hold on to what you know, to what you feel is safe. Even though trauma is not safe, it's what you know. So to you, it is safe. But the problem is it's caused a number of tower moments in your life, and you can't seem to figure out why. The problem here is that you're hanging on so tight, you're in your single garden, and it's like you refuse to let anyone in that garden. The way I'm seeing this is that these pentacles here look like a gate to me almost. They look like they would shut somebody out given the opportunity. If you see all of the fancy gating around it, it looks like, you know, she could potentially walk in there and being in reverse and close those gates. And that's the way I'm seeing her movement right now, is closing those gates and keeping out anyone and anything because you've been hurt to the core. You've been hurt really deep down. And I feel like there was possibly one person in particular responsible for some of this trauma. It could be multiple, but they came to you and emotionally manipulated you, made you really think that they were giving you their cup of love. It feels like you accepted it and put your all into it. And while you were putting your all into it, you found yourself anxious. Things just didn't seem right. It wasn't cohesive. The stories you were being told and the actions you were seeing, this person really wasn't putting their 100% in. And this, of course, leads to you being unhappy, you being hurt inside, you being, the words they're using, hold on. It's like you felt ostracized if you moved in with this person from your own home. You felt ostracized from this person. It was like, it's almost like it's almost like they would bring somebody home and just act like you weren't there. That's what it feels like. And it really traumatized you because you really trusted this person, and emotionally they manipulated and made you extremely unhappy. But they sure didn't mind the money that was coming in. So it feels like this is a partner that you may have been living with, or someone you had a financial arrangement with. Maybe you were helping them monetarily with this Ten of Pentacles. And what you were getting in return was a lot of trauma. And when it came time for the decision on what you were going to do, you decided you weren't fighting for this anymore. No matter what, you were done fighting for this. With the Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands in reverse, you were done fighting for this. There was so much internal and external strife, so much anxiety, so much upset, so much unhappiness. And I feel like this person really ruined it for you. And it's taken you a long time to bounce back, to come back. But now that you're back, it's like you're making all the wrong decisions. You need to take the right path instead of the left. Getting rid of that security blanket is the best thing you can do, because trauma isn't keeping you safe. It's keeping you hostage. Remember, I said that. Trauma, it does not keep you safe. It keeps you hostage. No matter how familiar it is, no matter how easy it is to shut people out, no matter what you do, trauma keeps you hostage. And now it looks like because of that, with the Nine of Cups and the Magician, it's almost like you try and find your way out of whatever situation you're in. You have this in and out Knight of Wands energy to you. The Knight of Wands only comes in when he needs something and goes back out when he doesn't. And now you have this kind of Knight of Wands energy to you because you're so busy holding on to what someone else did to you that you're not paying attention to the good that somebody might be doing for you right now. Instead, with this Hierophant, you're making childish offers to this person. This is something you really, really need to pull out of. Now, with this, also, it can also talk about you may have made some good decisions to step away from being overindulgent in some things. It may have made you see that you might have been overindulging in drugs or alcohol or pills, or even now indulging in men or women, just having too much, too many, and being manipulative about it. And then just coming in when you want something to people and using this Knight of Wands energy to kind of charm them, and then this is my duffel bag boy. Kind of. It's more like the Page, but he's not so far grown up from the Page yet. He's still got a ways till he works toward king status. For me, I feel like that love that you had there, this King of Cups, there was a transformation in him. A big, huge transformation in him with this Death card. There was no more putting in and not getting back out. You just stayed in this devastation with the Five of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. You were just like, nope, I'm done. I'm not putting in any more effort with another person ever again. I'm tired of being hurt. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. I'm just going to stick to what I know, and that's hold on to my emotional trauma and be completely traumatized. And I feel like you stayed traumatized for quite some time. And that's the way you've been. You've been in and out with people in relationships, no matter how good they are for you or how good they are to you. You seem to go in and out with them. It's like you touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. And just when they think things are calming down, you go again. Now, it's almost like you don't want that new start. Yeah, it's almost like you don't want that new start. You don't want anything new coming into your life. You've got judgment here, and you've made your judgments. You've called your judgments. You don't want to take that new path. You're afraid of this new path because this new path is honest and truthful and not what you're used to. You're not used to there being no turmoil, no drama, no garbage, no whatever. You're used to the turmoil. Your life has been turmoil for so long in relationships and your family and whatever else that this applies to, that the idea of letting go of that safety blanket and getting nothing but truth and trying to find a way to be happy in yourself, it feels like a faraway dream. It feels like something that you have to put a lot of work into, which it should come easy. But people who have trauma in their past, being happy doesn't come easy. It comes at a price, and that price is you working hard at it. It's telling me that where you are currently with this Nine of Swords, there's no nightmares, there's no feelings of being left out, there's no feelings of betrayal or hurt. It's showing me here with the Sun that your potential to be happy with somebody right now is really high. There's somebody there who's really, really good for you. But you've got to let down those walls. Without letting down those walls, this happiness doesn't continue. The sun starts to fade. The happiness starts to fade out. And you really need to take a very, very close look at what you're doing before you use this to cut this person out of your life you may not even intend to do so. It's just your actions push them away. And it's like a kicked dog. If you kick a dog, either it's going to turn around and attack you so many times, or it's going to run away and it's not going to come back. It's always one of the two. So this person could turn around and viciously come back at you, or they could turn around and bite you. Or they could just run and not want to deal with that trauma because you're not willing to change yourself. You're not willing to go inside. You're not willing to deal with it. You want to go into that hermit mode, swing your sword, and everybody can go. But there's a problem with this. If you're not giving equal reciprocity because you think that everybody's out to get you with this Ten of Swords, and this Six of Pentacles in reverse, you're always going to feel as though you're not loved and you're incapable of loving someone else, which is not true, Sag. It's not true. The problem here is blindfolding yourself. It's limiting yourself, putting yourself in a mind cage, putting yourself in a place where you can't see past the end of your nose and you're in self-destruct. Don't self-destruct. If you need help facing trauma, I work with people monthly and I help them face that trauma. If you need a list of services, let me know, but running from your trauma is only trouble because you find yourself being inauthentic and maybe juggling two lifestyles with the Two of Coins and the Queen of Cups in reverse. And the only thing that's led to for you or leading to for you is disappointment. More disappointment, more hurt, because you're doing things in a sneaky way with the Seven of Swords. Looking for reasons to push this person away. Looking for reasons to disinclude them now. It's almost like the roles are switched. You're doing to them whatever this person did to you. But you need to make up your mind. Either with the Three of Wands, you want this person there, you want to choose them and work toward this with the Eight of Pentacles, and you want to have a fruitful outcome. Or you can sit at this crossroads with the Lovers and the Two of Wands reversed, and you can stay stuck with the Hanged Woman in a cyclical pattern with the World. Those are your options right now, guys. So that is what I have for you for the beginning of November. I will be doing more readings, but I'm not setting myself on a time limit. So just know that you'll get 2 readings a month. And unfortunately, time limits aren't working right now because they keep putting me in the hospital. So 7 months pregnant, mom, wife, doing a million things, trying to set up a baby room. And yeah, still doing all my readings and getting ready to launch the spin-off of mine and my twin flames relationship. Everybody wanted to see it so much, so we're going to do it. But that's what I have for you. And I hate to, you're such an amazing, warm fire sign that with such a graceful personality, and you're someone that everyone likes, and I would hate to see you turn that magnetic personality off for somebody who wasn't worth it and put someone out in the cold who was worth it, because then and only then has that person who hurt you won. This is your girl Kelly coming straight at you for the Queen Tarot Beat in Boston. I will catch y'all on the flip side. See ya.